Hey, Black Rock Church, Pastor Josh here, and it's been actually a little while since I did an update video, but regulations have changed, so now we're excited to be able to have even more people worshiping God together here in the church. Our goal always is to have the most people possible come to a saving faith in Jesus Christ and then grow in their ability to love God, love people, and serve our world. And we've seen God move in unusual ways and great ways, even throughout this entire pandemic, through things like church online, backyard church, live stream together, and most recently, we've been having live services here in our worship center, and we've been socially distanced and wearing masks, having every other row blocked off. Well, you probably heard that Governor Lamont reduced restrictions starting on May 19th, and then just recently, new guidelines came out for mask wearing as well. So what does that mean for us as a church? Well, we know that within our church, there are a lot of different people with a lot of different comfort levels of how they want to be around people or maybe in larger groups. So we're excited because we have a lot of great options to allow people to come here and worship Jesus together in a way that fits where they are at the moment. So here in the main worship center, as of May 23rd, in the lower section, so these lower three sections, we're actually going to get rid of these every other row barriers. We're going to be taking those off in the lower sections only. So if you're ready to be around people a little bit closer, you can come sit here. Now, this also enables us to have less people in overflow. We've actually been maxing out people in this worship center socially distanced ever since we went live. And so we have people worshiping in an overflow room. So this will allow us to have less people in overflow. Now, for those of you who want to worship in this room, but still be distanced from each other in the upper section. So the upper three sections behind us, we are still gonna leave the every other row barrier and encourage you to sit a little further apart so that you can socially distance up there. So if you wanna be closer, you can. If you wanna be further apart. Now, if being in a room with a few hundred people is also something that you're not quite ready for, you can still worship here in Woodruff, that's inside, a little bit socially distanced with less people, or outside. We have a great opportunity outside on our patio. I've actually been out there the past few weeks leading that out there, and it's a wonderful time. Last week at our 10 o'clock service, we had 86 people out there, and it was beautiful worshiping God outside with our giant LED wall. So we have great options for you if you want to come here and worship Jesus, and I want to encourage you to come. Now, you may be asking, well, what about Mass? What about Mass? Well, that's a great question. As I said, as of just recently, they have now said that if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask inside, even at church. So for us as a church, we are going to also say, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask here. You're welcome to come in and not wear a mask. If you want to wear a mask, you can wear a mask. It's a voluntary thing for you now. Now, I know many of us are at different places, and my encouragement to you is to be gracious with each other as we go through this process of re-engaging with each other. You may be asking about kids and students as well. Now, for kids and students, we are going to allow a few more kids into rooms on Sunday morning. That allows us to accept more kids. For our student ministry, we are going to allow kids to be a little bit closer, but we are going to ask now, given current regulations, for kids and students to continue wearing masks. We'll update that as soon as we can. Now, as a church, we're excited that through this entire pandemic, we've been able to help thousands of people safely worship. And you're part of that Black Rock family. If you're watching this, you want to grow closer to God. So I want to encourage you, if you have not yet come and attended church in person, I want to personally invite you to come to church. I was talking to an elder who for a year was not able to attend church in person, and just a few weeks ago attended his first service in person. And he is an amazingly godly man. He studies the Bible every day. He's in a Zoom community group. But as he was walking out of that first service back, he literally had a tear in his eye, and he said, "Josh, I missed that. I really needed that to be around my church family." So I want to encourage you to come to church. We have places for you that are safe for you to come and worship in person here. If you need one more reason, on May 23rd, I'm actually starting a new sermon series, and it's about stepping out. It's about stepping out and looking at the Bible stories that teach us how do we kind of restart our life after the experience that we've been through. And there are great Bible stories that help us think through how to restart our life after this. So I thank you so much for being a part of the Black Rock Church family, and I look forward to seeing you at church on Sunday.